They asked us if outside of hockey. So this person plays for. Am I allowed to say where?
No, just
Okay. Plays junior hockey out west in Western Canada, and he asked what are healthy habits outside of hockey that hockey players should pursue, and because if you're always doing something at the rink or at the gym, to prevent burnout. And I thought that was a very good question. We could go on this for a long time, but don't necessarily have to. So when I thought about that, I'm like, I didn't know if it was. I don't know when he first asked the question. I didn't know if it was if you're asking it like because we were presenting it like all you ever do is all you should ever do is just hockey and stuff.
Yeah,
but
he was just kind of curious.
Yeah.
It was a genuine question. Like, hey,
yeah,
outside of hockey, like it'd be cool to hear you guys talk about. That's kind of what he was saying. So.
Yeah. So obviously, it could come across that if you want to do something well in your life, you have to commit to it 100%, and that's a message basically that we send out there for sure. But the bottom line is that you can't do anything well if you do. That's all you ever do, and that's all you ever think about. Now, so what I would say to that question is like, as far as what hobbies, anything. I mean, but I guess the question is like, it starts with why, and why are you asking that question, or why are you having a problem with it, or do you find you can't decompress? And the next question I think might be how serious you are in hockey, because that's actually important to answer this question.
Yeah, that's like I would say that's the most important thing to answer is if you're super serious about hockey, you're going to answer this question one way. If you're not so serious, you're going to answer it a different way. Yeah. Right. So assuming for our audience, these are people that are taking hockey mostly serious or as serious as they should to move to some kind of next level, then we're obviously going to be answering in that kind of with that framing. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. I'm looking at it like you want to be a professional or you want to get your schooling paid for somehow. So that takes a different commitment. So based on your commitment is going to be how much time you're going to focus on making sure that you're getting better and focused on hockey. But so my next thing, well, I'm not going to go to the next thing yet. So I would look at it and say, well, you can do anything. I mean, obviously, if you're training really hard and you're focused on being a hockey player, your downtime, it would be very counterproductive to go out there and just get smashed on a Friday night. Your downtime is totally destroying your body.
Yeah, drinking with your buddies is not a good hobby.
It's not the best hobby. Yeah. And will it happen? Yeah, probably. But if you're looking at being very serious and you need downtime, your downtime should be to recover and to decompress and to actually relax and enjoy the day. So my theory on this, and I would use this for anything, is the main thing is to keep the main thing the main thing. So what I simply mean by that is that if your goal is to have your hockey paid for the NHL, whatever that final goal is that you're shooting for, that's your main thing. And the main thing is to keep that the main thing. So what you need to do is you schedule your workouts and your training and your like whatever it is that is making you a better player, you schedule that in, and that should be the bulk of your spare time for the most part. But of course you need time to decompress. So maybe during the week you can say it's Saturdays or it's Sundays that I'm going to take a day to do absolutely nothing or to do something that I enjoy, or maybe it's 2 days, whatever that is to you, it doesn't matter, but it's to take that time and to enjoy it. What can you do? Well, I mean, golfing sounds great. Fishing sounds great. Hanging out with your family sounds great. If you like to bowl, I don't care. Gardening, I don't know. Yeah. But the point is to take your downtime and make it downtime. Right. Like even when we look at we've talked about the whoops several times. Yeah. There's a point where you when you're on the gas pedal all the time, like basically you run out of gas and you have to put the gas back into the tank. So it's actually really important. And with the data right in front of us every day, it's like it shows you like, and it's so worth it to take the time to recover. So what recovering just simply means is lay off your intense workouts and stuff, but it's also to give your mind a break, because there's a stress level that comes with always pursuing a goal every minute of the day. So I would say find something that you enjoy. But now the next most important thing is keeping the main thing is do whatever you're doing at 100% or as close to it as you can. So it's like the book, The Power of Now, being present. It's it's mental toughness 101, right? Is when you are working out and those scheduled times, make sure you're dialed in to work out and give it like 100%. Because the thing is that if you always on the gas pedal, then your workouts won't be 100%. Right?
Yeah, huge.
And if you're always thinking about your next time to relax, you're going to take it out on your workouts or maybe somewhere else.
Right.
And then if you're not smart enough to take the time to actually recover, then you're thinking about, I should have worked out harder. I'm missing out on something. So if you can compartmentalize what's important, so the main thing being your workouts, your training, and whatever, your mind stuff, your recovery, all that kind of stuff, you schedule that in, you give it 100%. And if you give it 100%, then there's no need to really worry about it after, right? If you allocate 2 hours a day or an hour a day to your workouts, after that, recover and do something like healthy that's going to be not counterproductive to your goals.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally. The way that I think about this question, first, I was having a conversation the other day, and it was kind of about on the topic of balance, like having a balanced life sort of thing. And what I was saying to this person I was talking to is, when you're pursuing something like this, you actually can't afford to have balance. Like right. you want it, like you want to be a well-rounded person, you want to have a balanced life, and those things are it's true that in terms of life, that's what you want. But for hockey, it's not necessarily okay to keep things balanced in terms of like balancing your social life and your athletic life and your whatever else you're trying to balance. You need to be 100% committed to this one thing, like you said. So it's going to be always unbalanced in favor of whatever the goal is. So if hockey is the goal to be that good, it has to be unbalanced towards hockey.
Yep.
So with that context in mind, if you're going to do things outside of hockey, have hobbies and whatever, which you should, because that's good, you're always going to still keep it in the context of hockey, even though, or whatever the goal is, even though you're doing something else that's not hockey. So when you're taking your day off, like you said, that doesn't mean my day off I'm going to do, like, go get smashed with my buddies, or I'm going to stay up till 4 and play video games because it's my day off, or I'm just going to eat all the junk I want because it's my day off, or those things. You can do that, but it's those things they're just not still steering you in the direction of your goal. Yeah. So when you're talking about having other hobbies, you still want them to be in some sense keeping you on the tracks with what the goal is. So then in terms of what your hobby is, it could be literally anything that the way that I would think about it is anything that you actually find enjoyable to do outside of hockey. So for me personally, I like playing guitar and I like singing a little, like because my family's super musical. We all do that. And those are things that I just enjoy doing. I like messing around, and it's not like I'm really good or anything. Yeah. So,
but it's enjoyable.
It's enjoyable. I enjoy it. And when I do it, I get lost in it. It's like I could just do it for a long time, and time just whips by.
Yeah.
And that's totally outside of hockey, and I'm not doing anything detrimental to that goal of excelling in hockey, because I was still doing this while I was playing too.
Yeah.
Another thing, like something my mom likes doing, which is totally fine, is drawing. Yeah. If that's something you find enjoyable, go play golf. I know Charlie likes golfing. I like going golfing because the experience is fun, but I wouldn't like go golfing because I enjoy going golfing on my own.
Yeah.
But whatever the hobby is, like you said, you could do literally anything that you find enjoyable that you can get lost in. And I would say something that you could do by yourself or with somebody else is a good way to judge that, 100%. Right? So if you can do it on your own or you could do it in a group, either way, like those are two good hobbies, because then we're talking about, spending time with people that are on the same page as you. You could get a group together and do that activity that maybe aren't necessarily on the same page as you, like school friends or whatever, but you're not doing something like staying up till 4 a.m. or whatever that's away from the goal that you have.
Yeah.
So like you were saying, you can frame it, do whatever you like, but always have it framed in the context of don't derail yourself by having this other hobby that's not necessarily conducive to the one goal that you do have. And then the one other thing before I throw it back to you, we went, because you were talking about be like 100% into the thing you're doing. And we went to my 1 year for playing for the university. We went to Boston, and we actually played Harvard for a preseason game. And we went and saw the Bruins arena, and one of the strength coaches kind of gave us a tour of the rink. And one thing he said when we were talking to us, I forget what the context of the conversation was, but he said this thing and it just stuck in my head. What he says, it kind of goes with the power of now thing, is be where your feet are.
Yeah, that's a good statement.
So it's a great statement. So whatever it is that you do, like you were saying, be present in what you're doing. Forget about the hockey. And that doesn't mean make dumb decisions. It just means get lost in the thing you're doing so that your mind goes away from it and then you can come back to it. Because I do think that is a healthy part of developing yourself as an athlete.
Yeah.